the right fielder, number 24, Nick Lamarco. Batting seventh, third baseman, number 3, Wyatt Hunt. Batting eighth and catching, number 30, Shane Dukes. Batting ninth for shortstop, number 26, Andrew Smith. The starting pitcher for Monmouth is number 16, Kevin Oakmore. And now, the starting lineup for your Stony Brook Seawolves. Leading off, the second baseman, number 17, James Schaefer. Batting second, the first baseman, number 44, Eric Paulson. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 40, Nico Antuqueta. Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 34, Matthew Jackson. Batting fifth and catching, number 29, Scott Gell. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 32, Chan Dowdy. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 46, Brett Davino. Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 4, Chris Carson. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 3, Matt Maselli. And the starting pitcher for the Seawolves, number 2, Nick Rizzo.
We were having a, oh well, we were at the end of the hallway. Yeah, we were having a good rules. We were having a good rules discussion actually. That's why I was heated. Yeah, we were screaming at each other.
Were you guys watching basketball the night before?
No.
Were you guys watching basketball?
We did not. No, we got in probably 6 a.m. yesterday morning.
No.
No, that wasn't us making all the racket day.
And here they are, your 2025 Stony Brook Seawolves. At this time, yes, please rise and remove your hats as we honor the United States of America, its freedom, and those who protect it with the playing of our national anthem. This Stony Brook Seawolves in the NCAA holds you tonight this one game by team coaches and spectators. We request your cooperation as we follow student athletes in a positive manner. Parents, student interested in CAA and some of you are able. So there are here to and result injection and resulting TV time. Please note that reminders about enforcement policy are posted in district. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to Joe Nathan Field on the campus of Stony Brook University for CAA Baseball on Flo College. Today it's Game 2 of a 3-game set between the Monmouth Hawks and the Stony Brook Seawolves. I'm Marco Sochi with you for this one. We had quite the Game 1 yesterday. Stony Brook took an early lead and built it up to a 6-1 lead through 6, but Monmouth came storming back to tie it up with 5 runs in the top of the 7th. Both teams would tack on another run before Eric Paulson eventually hit a walk-off single in the bottom of the 11th inning to win it for Stony Brook. 8-7 the final in Game 1. Stony Brook, after the win yesterday, comes into this one with a record of 23-27 overall, 9-16 in the CAA. Monmouth, 24-28 overall, 10-15 in conference. On the mound today for the Seawolves, it is the sophomore left-hander Nick Rizzo. He has a 2-2 record, making his 8th start of the season, 18th appearance overall, a 7.74 ERA, 35 strikeouts in 43 innings pitched. Got the start in Game 3 last weekend at UNC Wilmington. Went 4 2/3, gave up 6 hits, 6 runs, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts, taking the loss. Monmouth will lead things off with the second baseman, Casey Caulfield, grad student out of Westchester, Pennsylvania, hitting .347 on the year, no home runs and 26 RBIs. First pitch from the lefty Rizzo is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Chris Walsh, the DH, will bat second. Jay Bant, playing first, will bat third. Pitch misses low and away. Batting fourth, it'll be Chris Andrews, the left fielder, and Harry Patton, the center fielder, bats fifth. Nick Lavarco, the right fielder, bats sixth. That one is in there for a strike. It's 1-2. 7, 8, and 9 for Monmouth. Wyatt Hunt, the third baseman. Shane Dukes, the catcher. Andrew Schmid getting the start at short. 1-2 from Rizzo, misses outside. That'll even the count up at 2-2. Rizzo, a CAA All-Rookie Team member last year. That pitch misses low to run the count full at 3-2. Payoff pitch here to Caulfield is hit on the ground to second. Schaefer is there. A throw over to first is in time for out number 1. James Schaefer played second base today for Stony Brook. Got the start at third yesterday. A couple of changes on the defensive end. Scott Gell at catcher for Stony Brook. Eric Paulson playing first as he did yesterday. Schaefer at second. Matt Miceli at short as he played yesterday. Brett DeVino getting the start at third. And then the outfield is the same as yesterday. Jackson, Carson, and Dowdy from left to right. Chris Walsh, the DH, will step in. A sophomore from Springbrook Township, Pennsylvania. Hitting .302 on the season with 3 home runs and 22 RBIs. And this one is lined to center field, and a few steps in for Carson. He'll make the grab for out number 2.
First baseman number 13, Jay Band.
So 2 up, 2 down here for Rizzo to start, and that'll bring up Jay Bant, the senior from Wall, New Jersey. He's hitting .324 on the season with 7 home runs and 56 RBIs. First pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Bant went 2 for 3 yesterday. Had an RBI double in there. This one hit in the air to right center field. Ranging over is Dowdy, and he'll make the grab for the third out of the inning. It's a 1-2-3 first inning for Nick Rizzo. And to the bottom of the first, Stony Brook coming to bat for the first time here on Flow College. And we welcome you back here at Joe Nathan Field for the bottom of the first in Game 2 of this 3-game set between Monmouth and Stony Brook. Final series of the regular season here in the CAA. Both teams have been knocked out of CAA tournament contention, so this is where their road will end. Getting the start for Monmouth here in Game 2, it'll be Kevin O'Pannell, a senior from Clementon, New Jersey. Making his 10th start of the season, 14th appearance overall. He's got a 2-5 record, a 5.98 ERA with 40 strikeouts in 52 2/3 innings pitched. At the start of Game 2 last weekend in their home series against Delaware, went 6 strong, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. The lineup for Stony Brook leading things off, it'll be James Schaefer, the second baseman. Eric Paulson, the first baseman, bats second. Nico Aspilqueta, the DH, bats third. In the cleanup spot, it'll be the left fielder, Matthew Jackson. Scott Gell, the catcher, bats fifth. Chance Dowdy, the right fielder, bats sixth. Brett DeVino, the third baseman, batting seventh. And in the 8 and 9 spots, it is Chris Carson, the center fielder, and Matt Miceli, the shortstop. And first pitch from O'Pannell in there for a strike. It's 0-1. James Schaefer played second base today, the freshman from Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania. in just his third start of the season. He's 9 for 22 at the plate. That's good for a .409 average. He's quickly down 0-2. No home runs and 6 RBIs. Did go 4 for 7 yesterday. Here is the 0-2, and this one is looped in his center field, and it's going to fall for a base hit. It was bobbled there in center by Patton, but Schaefer will head back to first to lead off single for the Seawolves here in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Eric Paulson, the sophomore from Massapequa, New York, hitting .353 with 8 home runs and 40 RBIs, including the game-winning RBI on his walk-off hit in the bottom of the 11th yesterday. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Paulson went 2 for 5 yesterday. Here's the 1-0, and this one is rocketed to right field, and it's going to land right in front of the right fielder, LaVarco. Back-to-back singles for Stony Brook here to start the game.
The designated hitter, number 40, Nico Azpilcueta.
That will bring up the DH, Nico Azpilcueta, redshirt junior from Sherman Oaks, California, who leads the CAA with 19 home runs and 59 RBIs. Also hitting .328 on the year. Hit his 19th homer of the season yesterday in the first inning. First pitch from O'Pannell misses high for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. They're there for a strike. That'll even things up at 1-1. Azpilcueta 1 for 6 yesterday. The 2-run home run in the first, his lone hit. They pick up another RBI on a ground out. He swings through that one. It's 1-2 now. Here's a 1-2 from O'Pannell. This is high, 2-2 the count. Schaefer at second, Paulson at first after the back-to-back singles to open up this bottom of the first. This one is fouled back and out of play. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another 2-2. And again, it is fouled back and out of play. And this one hit well to center field, but Patton ranges over and he'll make the grab. Tagging up from second is Schaefer. He'll make it to third. So it'll be runners at the corners with 1 out now for the left fielder, Matthew Jackson. Jackson, a sophomore from Staten Island, hitting .330 on the season with 4 home runs and 17 RBIs. First pitch to Jackson is popped up and out of play over to the left side. That'll be 0-1. Jackson went 0 for 3 yesterday. Worked 3 walks. Here's the 0-1 from O'Pannell. Missed low and away. 1-1 the count now. This one is popped up and out of play. Another foul ball from Jackson. Count is at 1-2 now to the Stony Brook left fielder. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball misses inside. 2-2 the count now. Runners at the corners with one out here. 2-2 the count to Jackson in the bottom of the first. And this one is popped straight up into the infield. Caulfield calling for it at second, and he'll make the grab for out number 2.
The catcher, number 29, Scott Gell.
That'll bring up the catcher, Scott Gell, sophomore from Trumbull, Connecticut, making his 16th start of the season, batting .258 with 3 home runs and 13 RBIs. First pitch to Gell is swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Gell did not play yesterday. It was Luke Zepek who got the start behind the plate. So seeing his first action of this series against Monmouth. Here's the 0-1. Fouled straight back, and it's quickly 0-2. O'Pannell looking to work out of this bottom of the first after allowing back-to-back singles to start things out. The 0-2. Hit on the ground towards first, past the diving bat, and that's going to bring in a run. It's an RBI single for Scott Gell. Paulson will move over to third. It's 1-0 Stony Brook lead. James Schaefer in to score on the play. It'll be runners at the corners with 2 outs now for Chance Dowdy, the junior from Lacey, Washington. Hitting .299 on the year with 9 home runs and 38 RBIs. Dowdy looking to keep this inning going for the Seawolves. First pitch from O'Pannell in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Dowdy went 1 for 4 yesterday. Rocketed a double to left field off the wall. Swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2 to Dowdy. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3, got him swinging to work out of the inning, but not before. Stony Brook brings home a run on 3 singles. No errors, 2 men left on. We head to the second. It's 1-0 Stony Brook here on Flo College. I'd to welcome you back here to Joe Nathan Field on the campus of Stony Brook University as we get set for the start of the second inning here. So 1-0 Stony Brook lead after the RBI single from Scott Gell in the bottom half of the first. Nick Rizzo back out on the mound for his second inning of work here. It'll be Chris Andrews, Harry Patton, and Nick Lavarco due up for Monmouth. Andrews, the left fielder for the Hawks, a grad student from Coopersburg, Pennsylvania. Hitting .287 on the year with 3 home runs and 25 RBIs. First pitch from Rizzo, in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Another one in there, and it's quickly 0-2 to Chris Andrews, who went 3 for 5 yesterday. 2 RBIs. One of those 3 hits was a double. Here's the 0-2, and this one is fouled back and out of play. Count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2, and this one hits softly right back to the pitcher, Rizzo. He'll throw it over to first for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the center fielder, Harry Patton, a grad student from Pittsgrove, New Jersey, hitting .260 on the year with 3 home runs and 21 RBIs. And Patton hits this one on the ground to short. Miceli is there, throws across the diamond for out number 2. So 2 quick outs for Rizzo here in the top of the second, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Nick Lavarco. Lavarco, a junior from Wall Township, New Jersey, hitting .227 on the year with 4 home runs and 31 RBIs. First pitch from Rizzo misses upstairs. It's 1-0. Here is the 1-0, and Lavarco swings through that one to even the count up at 1-1. The Monmouth right fielder going 0 for 4 yesterday. Did reach on a walk. That one catches the inside corner, and it's 1-2 now. Rizzo working quickly, the 1-2. He's popped up into right field. Dowdy under it, and he will make the catch for another 1-2-3 inning for Nick Rizzo. We head to the bottom of the second. It's a 1-0 Stony Brook lead. Bottom of the second here at Stony Brook. It's a 1-0 Seawolves lead over Monmouth. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Seawolves here in the bottom of the second. Brett Davino, the third baseman, Chris Carson, the center fielder, and Matt Maselli, the shortstop. Stony Brook scoring 1 run on 3 hits in the first inning. Kevin O'Pannell looking to settle down here in his second inning of work out on the mound. Ended the first with his first strikeout of the game. Brett Davino, who will lead things off, a redshirt freshman from Woodbury, Connecticut. Transferred from UConn. Did not play for the Huskies last year, but
number 46.
batting 200 on the year, 2 home runs and 10 RBIs, making his 18th start of the season. First pitch from O'Pannell is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Davino seeing his first action of the series. Did not play yesterday. 0-1 misses upstairs. 1-1 the count now. Did not get the start, but did appear last weekend at UNCW. Went 0 for 1. Here is the 1-1, and that one misses up and away. 2-1 the count now to Davino. Here's the 2-1 from O'Pannell, and this one is chopped foul over to the right side. That'll leave the count up at 2-2. The 2-2 to Davino. Misses high. And the count runs full to the Stony Brook third baseman. Here's the 3-2, and this one is fouled off to the left side and out of play. Count remains at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Another 3-2 on the way. Strike 3 got him swinging. Second strikeout for O'Pannell opens up this bottom of the second, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Chris Carson. Carson, a sophomore from Lindenhurst, New York, batting .255 on the season with 4 home runs and 25 RBIs. Had a 4 for 5 day yesterday after going 0 for 11 last weekend. So he is back on track. His batting average raised by nearly 20 points. As O'Pannell's first pitch misses outside for a ball, it's 1-0. Here's the 1-0, and this one is popped up into shallow right. Lavarco running in, and he'll make the grab for out number 2.
Number 3, Matt Maselli.
That'll bring up the shortstop, Matt Maselli, a senior from Branchburg, New Jersey, batting .231 on the year with a home run and 23 RBIs. Maselli 1 for 4 in yesterday's game. This one hit on the ground to short. Charging in is Schmidt. He'll make the throw, and it is a 1-2-3 second inning for Kevin O'Pannell. We head to the third here in Stony Brook. It's a 1-0 Seawolves lead. Third inning here at Joe Nathan Field. It's a 1-0 Stony Brook lead. 7, 8, and 9 due up here for Monmouth. Nick Rizzo has been excellent so far for the Seawolves on the mound. It'll be Wyatt Hunt, the third baseman, to lead things off. For the Hawks, Shane Dukes, the catcher, will bat second in the inning, and Andrew Schmid, the shortstop, will bat third. So Wyatt Hunt, the third baseman, is sophomore from Spring Lake, New Jersey, hitting .227 on the year with 3 home runs and 29 RBIs. We'll dig in now. Hunt, a member of the CAA All-Rookie team a year ago. First pitch from Rizzo, and there for a strike. It's 0-1. The Monmouth third baseman coming off a 1-for-5 day yesterday. As Rizzo is pounded the strike zone, it's quickly 0-2. The 0-2. And Hunt holds off smartly. It's 1-2 now. Here is the 1-2. When this is low and away, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another one misses low, and after starting off Hunt with 2 quick strikes, Rizzo has fired 3 balls in a row. Full count. Here's a payoff pitch, and it is fouled off over to the left side and out of play. Count remains at 3-2. Here's another 3-2 pitch, and it is hit on the ground, and a diving Paulson makes the stop. Flip over to Rizzo for out number 1. What a snag from Eric Paulson at first. It robbed Hunt of a hit. And now it'll be Shane Dukes, the catcher for Monmouth, who comes up to the plate. Dukes, a grad student from Centerville, Virginia, batting .230 on the season, no home runs and 15 RBIs. And rips this one foul and out of play over to the left side. It's 0-1. Dukes got 1 plate appearance yesterday, came in as a defensive replacement as catcher, and got an at-bat as the game kept on going. We played 11 yesterday. Dukes hit the sac fly to tie the game up in the top of the 9th. As he swings and misses at that one to move the count to 1-2. Here is the 1-2. Strike 3, got him swinging. First strikeout for Nick Rizzo. And with 2 down, that'll bring up the shortstop, Andrew Schmid. Schmid, a senior from Fairhaven, New Jersey, batting .165 on the year, no home runs and 12 RBIs. First pitch misses outside from Rizzo. It's 1-0. Schmid did not play yesterday. He swings and misses at that one to even the count up at 1-1. This one popped foul over to the right side and out of play. 1-2 now. The count to Andrew Schmid. One, two. He's popped up and out of play over to the right side, just over the Stony Brook dugout. Count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 from Rizzo, strike 3, back-to-back Ks to end the third. Another 1-2-3 inning for Nick Rizzo. We head to the bottom half. It's 1-0 Stony Brook. Bottom of the third here in Stony Brook. It's a 1-0 Seawolves lead over Monmouth. Game 2 of a 3-game set. It'll be the top of the order for Stony Brook here in the third to get things going. James Schaefer, Eric Paulson, Nico Azpilicueta due up. Final series of the season for both teams, and final series of the career of head coach Matt Sank, who is completing his 35th season as the head coach of the Seawolves. Announced his retirement last week. He's had a legendary career, and you can see in center field just beyond second base, they painted the number 10 out there. That is the number that Sank wears. It's been a phenomenal career, highlighted, of course, by the trip to the College World Series in 2012, where they shocked Miami and shocked LSU. James Schaefer digs in now, the second baseman for Stony Brook. He is 1 for 1. And pops this one up over to the right side. Drifting back is Caulfield. Now in Lavarco from right, and he'll make the grab for out number 1.
The first baseman, number 44, Eric.
So 1 pitch, 1 out here for O'Pannell to start the third, and that'll bring up Eric Paulson, who is also 1 for 1. He singled to right in his first at-bat. And Paulson rips this one to right. Lavarco drifting back. It's off his glove as he turned around. Paulson headed for second, and the throw in is not in time. It is a 1-out double for Eric Paulson, his 17th of the season.
The designated hitter, number 40, Nico Azpilicueta.
Nico Azpilicueta, the DH, digs in now with a runner on second and 1 out. Azpilicueta 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Paulson takes off for third, and Azpilicueta will foul it off and out of play, so Paulson heads back to second. Nico Azpilicueta with a runner in scoring position. He's done a lot of damage in these situations throughout the season, a league-leading 59 RBIs. Here's the 0-1 from O'Pannell, and again it is fouled back and out of play. It's 0-2 now. Here's the 0-2. Pitch in the dirt. 1-2 the count now. Paulson, the runner at second. One out here in the bottom of the third. 1-2 the count to Azpilicueta. Here's the pitch from O'Pannell. Strike three, got him swinging. And Azpilicueta saying that he fouled it off. Umpire shaking his head. No, throw over to first. Completes the strikeout. Third strikeout of the game for Kevin O'Pannell, and with 2 outs and a man on second, that'll bring up the left fielder, Matthew Jackson. Jackson 0 for 1 with a pop out to second. First pitch, breaking ball, catches the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. One and one, the count now. Here's a 1-1 to Jackson. No, it's going to be a throw to second, but Paulson was back in plenty of time. Monmouth did pick off a couple of Stony Brook runners yesterday, including one at second. Here's the 1-1. This one hit right back up the middle, but placed perfectly is Schmidt, and he'll throw over to first to end the inning. So it's no runs on one hit, no errors, one left on. We head to the fourth here at Stony Brook. It's a 1-0 Seawolves lead. Glad to welcome you back here to Joe Nathan Field for the top of the fourth inning. It's a 1-0 Stony Brook lead over Monmouth. Top of the order due up for the Hawks. It'll be Casey Caulfield, Chris Walsh, and Jay Bant. Nick Rizzo back out for his fourth inning of work. He's been excellent so far for the Seawolves. But now the Hawks will get a second look at him. Starting with Casey Caulfield, the second baseman. 0 for 1, grounded out to second to lead off the game. First pitch from Rizzo to Caulfield is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. And Rizzo misses low to even the count up at 1-1. There is the 1-1, and this one is hit right back up the middle and through for a base hit. Casey Caulfield has Monmouth's first hit of the day. It's a leadoff single here in the fourth. And now that'll bring up the designated hitter, Chris Walsh. Runner on first and no one out here for Walsh at the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. We'll see Nick Rizzo pitch out of the stretch for the first time. Breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Throw over to first to check on Caulfield, who's back to the bag in plenty of time. He's got 13 stolen bases on the year. This Monmouth team does like to run. Set the program record for stolen bases as a team earlier this year. As there's a swing and a miss from Walsh. 0-2 the count now. There is the 0-2, and this one lined down the third base line, but foul. Count remains at 0-2. Another 0-2 and another foul ball that ends up at a play. Count stays at no balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball just misses. 1-2 the count now to Walsh. Another throw over to first, and again, Caulfield back in plenty of time. A 1-2, and this one hit on the ground to short. Misselli over to second for 1, and the throw over to first comes out a little bit late. Walsh is safe as it's got stuck in Schaefer's glove. So it is a fielder's choice, 6-4.
First base number 13, Jay Bant.
And with the runner on first and 1 out, that'll bring up the first baseman, Jay Bant. Bant 0 for 1 with a fly out to right. First pitch to Bant is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. And Nick Rizzo has done an excellent job of getting ahead in the count. Here's the 0-1, and this one lifted into the air over to the right side, drifting towards the fence. It is just out of play. Well, it'll be 0-2 to Bant now. Here's the 0-2. Hit on the ground over to the right side, but foul. Count remains at 0-2. Walsh, the runner at first, has 20 stolen bases on the year. Always tougher to run against a left-hander, though. Here's the 0-2, and that one is over the head of Bant. And the duck out of the way. It's 1-2 now. The 1-2 from Rizzo is fouled off. Count remains at 1-2 strikes. Another 1-2, and that one gets away from Rizzo, and it's up against the backstop as Walsh will take second. And now the count runs to 2-2, and Jay Bant's got a runner in scoring position. Bant ranking second in the CAA in RBIs with 56 of them. The 2-2 hit on the ground over the right side, but foul. Here's the 2-2, and this one lined to right field and down for a base hit. Andrews is going to be held at third. Walsh is going to be held at third. Andrews is coming up next after the single from Bant. Runners at the corners with one out for Chris Andrews now. Just one out here in this top of the fourth. And now we're going to get a mound visit from Matt Sank as Nick Rizzo had been cruising through the first three, has found himself in some trouble here in the top of the fourth. He was actually perfect through three, but a second crack at Rizzo from the Monmouth order has turned up two singles so far, one from Caulfield and then one from Bant. First and third with one out here. And as Andrews digs in, who had himself quite the day yesterday, went 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Andrews 0 for 1 today, though. Grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. First pitch from Rizzo misses low for a ball. It's 1-0. And Andrews showing bunt but pulls it back. It's 2-0 now. Here's the 2-0, and this one is lined toward shortstop. Picked there by Maselli over to second for one to first. It is an inning-ending double play. Maselli to Schaefer to Paulson. 6-4-3 to end the inning. And Rizzo works out of danger. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Stony Brook with a 1-0 lead. Bottom of the fourth here is Joe Nathan Field. 5, 6, and 7 due up in the order for Stony Brook as they hang on to a 1-0 lead over Monmouth. Kevin O'Pannell back out there for his fourth inning of work on the mound. He has allowed 1 run on 4 hits and struck out 3 so far. Getting in his final warm-up tosses here before we get going in the bottom of the fourth. Scott Gell, Chance Dowdy, and Brett DeVino due up. Gell, with the lone RBI in this game, had an RBI single in the bottom of the first, and that is the only run that has been batted in. 1-0 lead for Stony Brook. Here is Gell. Mentioned the RBI single. He's 1 for 1 on the day here against O'Pannell. First pitch from the right-hander is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Swing and a miss from Gell, and O'Pannell is quickly ahead 0-2. See if O'Pannell tries to get Gell to chase here. Here's the 0-2. It goes up and in, and Gell turns out of the way. 1-2 the count now. The 1-2. This is outside, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 from O'Pannell. And this is low, and the count now runs full. Three and 2 the count. Here is the payoff pitch, and it is in there for a strike. Got him looking. 4th strikeout for Kevin O'Pannell. And now that'll bring up the right fielder, Chance Dowdy. Dowdy is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. That came to end the first inning. Dowdy with a half swing that he went around. According to the home plate umpire, it's 0-1. And this one is clobbered but foul. That landed over the road beyond the outfield wall. A very long strike. It's 0-2. Here is the 0-2, and this one hit on the ground over the left side, but foul. Count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. Another 0-2 pitch on the way. Strike 3, got him looking. Back-to-back Ks here for Kevin O'Pannell. His 5th of the game. And with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th, that'll bring up the 3rd baseman, Brett DeVino, who himself went down on strikes earlier in the 2nd inning. He is 0 for 1. First pitch to DeVino is popped up behind home plate. And it is caught by Dukes. It is a 1-2-3 inning for Kevin O'Pannell. We head to the fifth here at Stony Brook. It's a 1-0 Seawolves lead. Top five here at Stony Brook. It is a 1-0 Seawolves lead through 4 innings. Nick Rizzo back out there for his 5th inning of work. Was cruising through 3. Ran into a little bit of trouble in the top of the 4th, but got out of it with an inning-ending double play. Harry Patton, the center fielder for Monmouth, will lead things off. Patton is 0 for 1, grounded out to short in his lone at-bat so far. First pitch from Rizzo, and there for a strike. It's 0-1. And that one is fouled off. Quickly 0-2 now. Here is the 0-2 from Rizzo. That one gets away from him. 1-2 the count now. Patton went 1 for 6 yesterday with an RBI. Here is the 1-2, and this one is lined in the left field and down for a base hit. Jackson tracks it down, and it'll be a leadoff single for Harry Patton here to start the 5th. So after the single from Patton, that'll bring up the right fielder, Nick Lavarco. Lavarco 0 for 1, flew out to right. First pitch from Rizzo. He's in there for a strike. It's 0-1. That one fouled off over to the right side and out of play. Quickly 0-2 now to Nick Lavarco. There's the 0-2 from the left-hander. Misses just outside. 1-2 the count. Patton, the runner at first, has 21 stolen bases on the season. We'll see if they send him at all. Another 1-2 pitch, and this one just misses high. That'll leave the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lavarco looking for his first hit of this series. Right side is wide open. The 2-2. Strike 3, got him swinging. Throw down to second, and it is out. At second is Patton as he took off. It is a strike him out, throw him out, double play. Third strikeout, by the way, for Rizzo. And now that'll bring up the third baseman, Wide Hunt, with 2 outs. First pitch from Rizzo in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Hit on the ground over to the right side. Ranging over is Schaefer. He'll throw over to first and gets him in time for the third out of the inning. It is no runs on 1 hit, no errors, no one left on. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's a 1-0 Stony Brook lead. Bottom of the 5th here at Joe Nathan Field at Stony Brook. It's a 1-0 Stony Brook lead. Kevin O'Pannell back out there for his 5th inning of work. He has been really excellent since that first inning where he gave up the run. Has allowed just 1 hit over the last 3. That's the only base runner he's allowed over the last 3, after allowing 3 hits and a run to score in the first. 8-9-1, 2 up for Stony Brook here in the 5th. Chris Carson, the center fielder, leads things off. Carson 0 for 1 with a fly out to right field. Look at a build on his 4-hit day yesterday. Carson squares around a bunt, gets it down, running down the first base line, and it is a bunt for a base hit. O'Pannell couldn't scoop it up. So a nice bunt from Carson as he reaches to lead things off, and now the shortstop Matt Maselli will come up to the plate. Maselli 0 for 1 with a ground out to short. Sizable lead at first for Carson. He heads back to the bag as the throw over comes from O'Pannell. 8 stolen bases on the season from Chris Carson. Here's the first pitch to Maselli. Shows bunt, pulls it back, but it's a strike anyway. So it's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Maselli fouls the bunt off, and it's 0-2 now. So the Stony Brook shortstop will almost assuredly swing away here. Oh, 0-2 the count to Maselli. O'Pannell. This is up and in for a ball. It's 1-2. Here's the 1-2 now. And this one hit right back up the middle and through for a base hit. A single for Matt Miceli. And it's runners on first and second and no one out here for Stony Brook in the bottom of the fifth. Seawolves will turn things over to the top of the lineup now as James Schaefer comes up to the plate for the third time today. He is 1 for 2. A single in the first and a fly out to right in the third. First pitch to Schaefer, squares to bunt, pulls it back. It's a ball, 1-0. Eric Paulson is on deck. He's 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Schaefer gets the bunt down. O'Pannell fields, only plays at first, and it is not going to be in time, and a run's going to score as Caulfield dropped the ball. So Carson with a heads-up base running scores from second on the play. It's going to be an E1.
The first baseman, number 34, Eric Paulson.
And now we're going to get a mound visit as Eric Paulson comes up to the plate with runners on first and second and no one out. One run already across here for Stony Brook in the bottom of the fifth. No one out. Runners on first and second for Paulson, who is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Throw over to second, and they've got the runner in a rundown, and he's going to be thrown out at third as Miceli was picked off there. That's the third time a Stony Brook runner has been picked off in this series, the first time today. And just like that, the Seawolves have taken a runner out of scoring position for the man who's 2 for 2. First pitch to Paulson is hit sky high into shallow center. Running on is Patton, and he'll make the grab for out number 2.
The designated hitter, number 30, Nico Aspoqueta.
So with 2 outs and a runner on first, that'll bring up the designated hitter, Nico Aspoqueta. Aspoqueta 0 for 2, a fly out to center and a strikeout. First pitch, Aspoqueta is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. And the 0-1 misses upstairs. 1-1 to count now. Schaefer the runner at first. 2 outs here for Aspoqueta at the plate. And Schaefer takes off for second. Aspoqueta hits this one into the air just beyond second base. Moving back is Caulfield. He'll make the grab for out number 3. 1 run scores on the play on the error. We head to the 6th. It's 2-0 Stony Brook. Top of the sixth here at Joe Nathan Field. It is a 2-0 Stony Brook lead. Nick Rizzo back out there for his sixth inning of work. It'll be 8, 9, and 1 due up for Monmouth.
Now playing center field for Stony Brook, number 20, Cam Santerre.
A change for the Seawolves as Johnny Pilla will come into play second. James Schaefer moves over to third, so Davino is out of the game, and a change in center as Cam Santerre comes in for Chris Carson. Leading things off for Monmouth, it'll be the catcher Shane Dukes. Dukes 0 for 1. First pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Duke struck out in his only at-bat. And Rizzo misses low and inside for ball one. That'll leave the count up at 1-1. A 1-1 from Rizzo, and this one's fouled back and out of play. 1-2 now. Here's a 1-2 from the left-hander, and it is popped up into shallow right. And on to make the grab is Dowdy for out number 1.
Shortstop number 26, Andrew Schmidt.
Excuse me, that's Carson out and right. So Carson moved from center to right. Dowdy is out of the game. So Carson making the grab for the first out of the inning is now Andrew Schmidt. The shortstop steps in. And he rips this one to left center field. Moving back is his center fielder Santerre, and he'll make the grab for an out number 2. And with 2 down and no one on, that'll bring up the top of the order for Monmouth as Casey Caulfield, the second baseman, digs in. First pitch from Rizzo, and there for a strike. It's 0-1. Caulfield 1 for 2 in this one. Grounded out to second and then singled to center. Pitch misses low and away. 1-1 the count. One catches the inside corner. 1-2 the count to Caulfield. A 1-2 from Rizzo. Strike 3, got him swinging. Strikeout number 4 for Nick Rizzo, and this one ends the top of the 6th. It's another 1-2-3 inning for the Stony Brook left-hander. We head to the bottom half of the 6th. It's 2-0 Stony Brook. Bottom of the 6th here at Joe Nathan Field. It is a 2-0 Stony Brook lead. Seawolves will be looking to add to it as they have got 4, 5, and 6 in the order due up. Matthew Jackson will lead things off. He is 0 for 2 so far today. Kevin O'Pannell back out there for his 6th inning of work for the Hawks. O'Pannell has given up 2 runs, just one of them earned on 6 hits through 5. Here's the left fielder Jackson digging in. I mentioned the 0 for 2, popped out to second and grounded out to short in his 2 at-bats. First pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Jackson looking for his first hit of the series. Went 0 for 3 yesterday. Did get on base, though, with 3 walks. And this one hit high and deep to right field. Back goes LaFarco. That ball is long gone. A solo home run for Matthew Jackson to lead off the bottom of the 6th. And it's a 3-0 Stony Brook lead. Fifth home run of the season for the Stony Brook left fielder. That ball was crushed. And there's his first hit of the series. A big one. A tough act to follow now as Scott Gell, the catcher, digs in. And swings and misses at the first pitch from O'Pannell. It's 0-1. Gell is 1 for 2. Had an RBI single in the first and went down looking in the 4th. Swings and misses at that one, and it's quickly 0-2. There is the 0-2. Strike 3 got him swinging. And what a response from O'Pannell after giving up the home run. Strikes out Gell on 3 pitches. His 6th strikeout of the game.
Number 20, Cam Santerre.
And now that'll bring up Cam Santerre. Santerre getting his first at-bat after coming in as a defensive replacement. Grad student from Bristol, Rhode Island. First pitch misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Santerre making his 26th appearance overall. He is batting .196 with 1 home run and 8 RBIs. Well, this is blown away, and it's 2-0 now to Santerre. Here's the 2-0. And there for a strike, 2-1 now. Santerre played in 1 game last weekend in the series at UNC Wilmington. Went 2 for 5 with a double and 3 stolen bases. Here's the 2-1. This one hit on the ground to short. Schmid makes the play for out number 2. And with 2 outs now, that'll bring up the second baseman, Johnny Pilla. Pilla getting his first at-bat of the game after coming in, taking the place of Brett Davino. Pilla, a junior from Ridgewood, New Jersey, hitting .297 on the year with 4 home runs and 18 RBIs. First pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Pilla went 0 for 2 yesterday with 4 walks. Swings and misses at that one, and it's quickly 0-2. Strike 3, got him swinging. Strikeout number 7 for O'Pennell. But Stony Brook scratches across another, or I should say bombs across another, on the home run from Matthew Jackson. It's a 3-0 Stony Brook lead as we head to the 7th. You're watching CAA Baseball on Flo College. Top of the 7th here at Joe Nathan Field. Chris Walsh, the DH, coming up to the plate now. Part of the order due up here for Monmouth, 2, 3, and 4. First pitch to Walsh is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Walsh 0 for 2, flew out to center and then grounded into a fielder's choice. This one foul back and out of play. And it is now 0-2. Nick Rizzo back out there for his 7th inning of work. This one hit in the air over to the right side, drifting into foul ground, and it'll be a foul ball. Count remains at 0-2. Here's the pitch from Rizzo. This one hit on the ground sharply towards third, fielded there by Schaefer, and his throw across is there for out number 1. That'll bring up the first baseman, Jay Bant, who is 1 for 2, a fly out to right and a single to right. First pitch from Rizzo misses low for a ball. It's 1-0. Here is the 1-0, and this one hit on the ground to second. Pilla charging in, and he'll make the throw over to first for the second out of the inning. Now it's the left fielder, Chris Andrews, who will come up to the plate. Andrews 0 for 2, grounded out to the pitcher, and then grounded into a double play to short. That was the end of 4th inning. First pitch from Rizzo misses low. 1-0 the count. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 1-1 to count now. Here's a 1-1 from Rizzo, and this one is popped up into shallow right. Running on is Carson, and he slides and can't make the grab. Throw over to second is not in time, as Andrews slides in there safely. And a ruled out one, a hit, is got lost up there. It seems like Carson in right was the only one who tracked it well. Santerre didn't really see it, neither did Pilla. And Carson will be at second as Harry Patton comes up to the plate with a runner on and 2 outs. Patton is 1 for 2 in this one. And that one gets by the catcher, Gell, and that's going to allow Andrews to move all the way over to third. One and 0 the count to Patton. 2 outs and a runner on third for the Monmouth center fielder. And the bunt down. Throw over to first from Rizzo. They tried the squeeze play. It did not work as Rizzo fields his position. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It's a 3-0 Stony Brook lead. Bottom 7 here on the North Shore of Long Island. It's a 3-0 Stony Brook lead. Seawolves will have 8, 9, and 1 due up in the order here as Chris Carson, the right fielder, started the game in center, will be up first. He is 1 for 2 with a run scored. Kevin O'Pannell back out there for his 7th inning of work. Has allowed 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 7 hits. 7 strikeouts as well for the right-hander. Chris Carson digs in now. Mentioned the 1 for 2. He bunted for a base hit to lead off the 5th his last time up. 1-0 the count as the first pitch from O'Pannell misses outside. Here is the 1-0. Pitch misses low. 2-0 the count now. Here's the 2-0. Just misses outside. 3-0 the count now. O'Pannell stares in. Here is the 3-0. That one's in there for a strike. It's 3-1 now. The 3-1 misses outside, and it is a leadoff walk for Chris Carson. And that is the first walk surrendered by any pitcher in this game. Matt Maselli, the shortstop for Stony Brook, digs in now. He is 1 for 2. Grounded out to short and then singled to center his last time up. Runner takes off for second, and Maselli swings and fouls off the pitch over to the right side and out of play. So Carson will have to head back to first. Here's the 0-1 from O'Pannell, and Maselli gets the bunt down. Not his best, but it's causing some trouble. Flip over to first. He's in time, and the sacrifice works out. That ball got all the way to the second baseman, Caulfield.
The third baseman, number 17, James Schaefer.
A rare 4-3 sacrifice bunt. It is now James Schaefer, the second baseman, and leadoff hitter for Stony Brook, will come up to the plate. I should say third baseman. Started the game at second and has moved over to third. Schaefer is 1 for 3. A single, a fly out to right, and then he reached on an E1 his last time up. First pitch from O'Pannell misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Runner on second and 1 out here for Schaefer at the plate. Carson, the runner at second, has good speed. That one misses from O'Pannell. 2-0 the count now. Here is the 2-0, and Schaefer hits this one in the air to left center field. Running over is Andrews, and he will make the catch. Tagging is Carson. The throw to third is not in time. Just gets under the tag.
The first baseman, number 44, Eric Paulson.
Carson just got in there safely. It looked like he left a little late. Seemed like a late decision to run, but he gets in there, and that'll bring up Eric Paulson, the Stony Brook first baseman, with a runner on third and 2 outs. And we're going to add a mound visit here. We'll see if O'Pannell stays in the game. Paulson is 2 for 3, a single and a double in this one. He had the game-winning walk-off single yesterday. And overall in this series, Paulson has 4 hits. 2 yesterday, 2 today. O'Pannell's going to stay out there. This is his batter. Hawks do have an arm warming up in the bullpen. Paulson 2 for 3. First pitch misses low and inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Paulson singled in the first, doubled in the third, flew out to center in the 5th. First base is open, but you don't want to walk him with Nico Azpilicueta with 19 home runs sitting on deck. And this one is popped up behind home plate in the foul territory. That'll leave the count up at 1-1. One is in there for a strike, and it's now 1-2 to Eric Paulson. Here's the 1-2. Hit on the ground over to third. Fielded there by Hunt. Throw across is not there as Bant came off the bag to make the play and never got back onto it. And Bant looked over to the dugout saying, my foot was on the bag. And now Dean Ehalt is out to talk to the umpire about this. As it stands, it's 4-0 Stony Brook. And an E5 is the call, and I don't think it's going to get overturned. There's no replay. My angle is more similar to Dean Ehalt's, and I can tell you, I saw what he was talking about. It certainly looked like Bant's foot was on the corner of the bag, but the umpire first has the best look, and it's going to be an E5, and another run comes across for Stony Brook. It's a 4-0 Seawolves lead, and we're going to get a pitching change now as Monmouth will head to the bullpen for the first time in this one with 2 outs here in the 7th. We'll take a break. New pitcher for Monmouth when we come back here on Flo College. New pitcher for Monmouth is J.D. Greeley, the senior from Lakesley, Pennsylvania, making his 14th appearance overall, his 10th out of the bullpen. He's got an 0-4 record and a 5.40 ERA, 28 strikeouts in 35 innings pitched. Pitched last weekend in relief against Delaware, went 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, 1 run, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Comes down to try and get the final out of this 7th inning. Kevin O'Pannell, his day is in the books after pitching 6 2/3, giving up 7 hits. He is technically responsible for the runner at first, although it would be an unearned run. So he's given up 4 runs so far, but only 2 of them earned. 1 walk and 7 strikeouts. And what was a solid performance for the Hawks. Nico Azpilicueta, the DH for Stony Brook, digs in. He is 0 for 3. Greeley throws over to first. Paulson is back to the bag. All throughout that break when Greeley came in to pitch, Dean Ehalt was talking to the umpire at first base about that call that brought in that 4th run. Jay Bant's foot, judged to be just off the bag. He made a great play to keep that throw from going up against the wall. As that pitch misses upstairs, it's now 2-0 to Azpilicueta. Looked from our vantage point as if Bant had kept his foot on the corner of that bag, but first base umpire saying that it was off. And Stony Brook takes advantage with a 4-0 lead. That one in there for a strike, 2-1 now. Here is the 2-1, and this one is smacked to deep left field. That ball is gone. An absolute monster moonshot from Nico Azpilicueta. His 20th home run of the year, and it's a 6-0 Stony Brook lead. Home runs and 61 RBIs now on the year for Nico Azpilicueta, the CAA leader in both those categories.
The left fielder, number 34, Matthew Jackson.
That ball got out in a hurry. A rude welcome for J.D. Greeley out on the mound as now Matthew Jackson steps in and takes the first pitch strike. It's 0-1. Jackson is 1 for 3. He homered himself last time up. Pitch misses low. 1-1 the count now. Misses outside, 2-1 the count to Jackson. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2 now. Two balls, two strikes here to Jackson, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Greeley, and this one is hit on the ground to the right side, but foul. Stony Brook's brought home 3 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. It's a 6-0 Seawolves lead. Only 2 of the runs, though, are earned. Those 2 errors for Monmouth doing a lot of damage. As there's strike 3, Jackson goes down swinging, and Greeley gets out of the inning, but not before Stony Brook plates 3 more, 2 of them on the long 2-run blast from Nico Azpilicueta, his 20th home run of the season. We head to the 8th here at Joe Nathan Field at 6-0 Stony Brook. Eighth inning here at Joe Nathan Field. And we're going to have a pinch hitter for Monmouth to lead things off. Pinch hitting for Nick Lavarco is Aiden Watson, the senior from Morristown, New Jersey. Watson making his 23rd appearance. He's 2 for 16 at the plate so far this season. 1 home run and 1 RBI. Went 0 for 1 yesterday. Came in as a pinch runner and eventually got back up to the plate. Here's a 1-0 from Rizzo, who's back out there for his 8th inning of work. Here's a 1-1 to Watson, and this one is popped up into center field. Moving in is Santerre, and he'll make the grab for out number 1. And another pinch hitter here is hitting for Wyatt Hunt is Jake Howlett, a freshman from Wall, New Jersey. Batting .280 on the year with a home run and 6 RBIs. First pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Pinch hit yesterday and picked up an RBI double. He was 1 for 1. This one is flared out to shallow right, and it will dunk in there for a base hit. A 1-out single for Jake Howlett. Makes him 2 for 2 in this series.
Catcher number 30, Shane Dukes.
Is now the catcher Shane Dukes will come up to the plate. Might get a change here as Dini Hall is out to talk to the home plate umpire. No changes yet. It'll be Dukes to hit. Runner on first and 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Monmouth trailing 6-0. First pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Another strike from Rizzo, and it's quickly 0-2 to Dukes. Here is the 0-2 from the left-hander. That one just misses low. 1-2 to count. The 1-2. This one hit the other way, but foul. Another 1-2 pitch from Rizzo. Breaking ball fouled back and into the netting. And we'll keep the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. This one is chopped over towards the third base side, but foul. Again, the count will stay at 1-2. Another 1-2 pitch, and this one is hit in the air to deep center field. Turning around is Santerre, and he'll make the grab. Not the traditional route to the ball, but he got there anyway for out number 2. And now we're going to get a pinch hitter. Is Aiden Brett Schneider will hit for Andrew Schmid. Brett Schneider, a junior from Philadelphia, hitting .200 on the year with no home runs and 10 RBIs. First pitch from Rizzo is in there for a strike. And that one plunks Brett Schneider. So he'll reach on a hit by pitch. That'll be first and second now with 2 outs. It'll be the top of the order for Monmouth. Casey Caulfield, the leadoff hitter, comes up to the plate. Caulfield is 1 for 3 on the day. And this one is lined into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Around third and coming home to score is Howlett. And Monmouth is on the board. It's an RBI single for Casey Caulfield here in the top of the 8th. So it'll be first and third now as the designated hitter, Chris Walsh, comes up to the plate. Walsh is 0 for 3 in this one. And now Matt Zank making his way out towards the pitcher's mound. And Nick Rizzo's day might be over. He was spectacular in this one, just allowing his first run here in the top of the 8th, and he will depart with a 6-1 lead. New pitcher for Stony Brook when we come back here on Flo College. New pitcher for Stony Brook is Ty Penarello, the sophomore from Bayshore, New York. Making his 14th appearance overall, his 8th out of the bullpen. Has a 5.12 ERA, a 4-2 record, and 22 strikeouts in 38 2/3 innings pitched this season. He'll come into the game with runners at the corners and 2 outs. Nick Rizzo is responsible for both of those runners, but his line outside of that, 7 2/3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 run for now, but could be as many as 3. No walks and 3 strikeouts. Chris Walsh will come up to the plate now with the runners at the corners and 2 away. He is 0 for 3 in this one. A fly out to center. Grounded into a fielder's choice to short, and then grounded out to third. First pitch for Penarello is lined into center field and down for a base hit. It's an RBI single for Chris Walsh. And it's now a 6-2 game. Brett Schneider in to score on that one. Caulfield moves over to second, and now Jay Bant, the first baseman, comes up to the plate with 2 runners on and 2 away. Bant 1 for 3 in this one. Fly out to right, a single to right, and a ground out to second. First pitch from Panarello misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Here's the 1-0, and Dan swings through that one. 1-1 the count now. Here's a 1-1, and this one is chopped foul over to the right side. 1-2 now. Bant takes the long route back to the batter's box. 1-2 the count to the Monmouth first baseman. 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the 8th. 2 already across for the Hawks as that one misses low and away. Here's the 2-2, and this one is hit to deep left center field. Drifting back is Santerre, and that ball is off the base of the wall. 1 run will score. Here comes Walsh. It's a 2 RBI double for Jay Bant, and just like that, it's a 2-run game. (6-4) now as the Hawks have brought home 4 runs here in the top of the 8th. Bant with RBIs of 57 and 58. He ranks 2nd in the CAA. That'll bring up the left fielder Chris Andrews. He'll look to keep this party going with 2 outs and a runner on second. First pitch from Panarello misses low for a ball. It's 1-0. That one is in there for a strike, and it'll leave the count up at 1-1. Here is the 1-1. That one misses low and away. 2-1 the count now. That one in there for a strike, and the count evens up at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Man on second here. As Chris Andrews looks to try and keep this 8th inning going. Hits it on the ground to the left side, and it gets under the glove of Schaefer. Bant coming around third. He's going to score. And it's a 1-run game. 5 runs across for Monmouth here in the top of the 8th. It's going to be scored in E5. As Bant comes home to score and make it a 6-5 game. And now Scott Gell's going to head out there and talk to Ty Panarello. Try to settle him down. Harry Patton, the center fielder for Monmouth. He's up at the plate. 2 outs and a runner on first. Patton is the 9th Monmouth hitter to come up to the plate this inning. First pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. This one lined to left field and down for a base hit. Jackson Fields will throw in, and Monmouth will hold Andrews at second, so it's a single for Patton to keep the inning going. Runners on first and second with 2 outs, and now Aiden Watson, who led the inning off as a pinch hitter, comes back up to the plate. Watson 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. That was to lead this inning off. Pitch misses low for a ball. It's 1-0. All 5 runs here in this top of the 8th have come with 2 outs. And this one is hit high in the air to deep left field. Jackson moving back. He's on the track, and he'll make the catch up against the wall. Watson gave it a ride, but it's not enough. 5 runs, though, come across for Monmouth here in the top of the 8th, and we've got a ball game. Stony Brook's lead down to 1. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Seawolves lead 6-5. And we welcome you back here to Joe Nathan Field. It is a 6-5 game after Monmouth put up a 5 spot in the top of the 8th to make it a 1-run ball game. It'll be 5, 6, and 7, 2 up for Stony Brook here in the bottom of the 8th as they look to build their cushion back up. We don't have a pitcher on the mound for Monmouth just yet. It looks like J.D. Greeley will not be coming back into the game. He finished the 7th inning, only faced 2 batters, gave up a home run to Nico Aspilcueta, and then struck out Matthew Jackson to end the inning. Came in relief of the starter Kevin O'Pannell, went 6 2/3. So still waiting on a Monmouth pitcher. Do have somebody warming up in the Monmouth bullpen. The umpires are getting together to discuss this, and it's the only reason that Monmouth would have all this time is if they're saying that J.D. Greeley is injured, which is a possibility. We did see an injury yesterday. Eddie Smink, the starting pitcher for Stony Brook, got hurt early on. Is now Jay Bant is making believe he's going to pitch. Bant with that big 2 RBI double in the top half of the inning, part of the 5 runs that Monmouth scored. I do think that they're going to say that Greeley is injured, and so that's going to give Monmouth some time to warm up a new pitcher here. We're going to take a break. We'll see who the new pitcher is when we come back, hopefully. It's a 6-5 game as we get ready for the start of the bottom of the 8th inning here on Flo College. And the new pitcher for Monmouth is Jacob Ciccone, the grad student from Monmouth Junction, New Jersey. Transferred from Lafayette prior to last season, so in his second year with the Hawks, making his 14th appearance. Has a 2.01 ERA, a 3-0 record, and has struck out 8 in 22 in the third innings pitched. He is not wearing his traditional jersey numbers, listed as 32 on the roster. He's wearing Tommy Kent's number 34. Confused me for a moment because Kent pitched 3 1/3 yesterday. Didn't think he could possibly come back again, but it is, in fact, Jacob Ciccone. A couple of changes defensively. Aiden Watson will stay in the game. He'll play right field. Kenny Noe is in at short, and Timmy Whitehill is in at third. Scott Gell, the Stony Brook catcher, will lead things off here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch from Ciccone is fouled off and out of play over to the right side. It'll be 0-1. Ciccone pitched last time out last weekend against Delaware. Went 1 2/3, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. It was not earned. No walks and no strikeouts. And Gell hits this one the other way, and it's down for a base hit. A leadoff single for the Stony Brook catcher here to get things going in the bottom of the 8th.
The center fielder, number 20, Cam Santerre.
That'll bring up the center fielder, Cam Santerre. Santerre 0 for 1, grounded out to short. His first time up. Came into the game in the 6th inning to replace Chance Dowdy. And Santerre gets the bunt down, and it's a good one. Dukes throws over to first, and it is just in time. The Stony Brook dugout thought he might be safe, but he is out. Sack bunt does its job, though, as Gell moves to second on the play.
Number 24, Johnny Pilla.
That'll bring up the second baseman, Johnny Pilla. Pilla, another guy who entered the game in the 6th inning. Came in for Brett Davino, and Pilla is 0 for 1. He struck out in his only at-bat. First pitch to Pilla, misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Here is the 1-0. Catches the outside corner. 1-1 the count now. Pilla's average is dipped under 300 as he is 0 for 3 so far in this series. Pitch misses inside. 2-1 the count now. Here's the 2-1. This one chopped over to the right side. Bant flips over to the pitcher, Ciccone, and he is not there in time. Pilla beats it out. It's an infield single for the speedy Pilla. And it'll be runners at first and third with 1 out now for the right fielder, Chris Carson. First pitch from Ciccone. Carson shows bunt, pulls it back. It's 1-0. Carson 1 for 2 in this one. Throw over to first to check on Pilla. He is back to the bag in time. Chris Carson flew out to right in his first at-bat and bunted for a base hit in the 5th and then reached on a walk in the 7th. Throw over to first, and Pilla back to the bag again. Here's a 1-0. When misses outside, 2-0 the count now. Dell the runner at third, Pilla at first. One out here in the bottom of the 8th. The 2-0 catches the outside corner, 2-1 now. Again, Carson showed bunt but pulled it back that time. It was a strike anyway. We'll see if he tries and bunts again. Another throw over to first. Keeping Pilla close there at first. He doesn't have 16 stolen bases on the year. The 2-1. And the bunt is right back to the pitcher. They're going to come home with it. And he is out at the plate. Heads up decision there from Ciccone, and he makes the right call. So Gell thrown out at the plate, and it's going to be runners on first and second and 2 outs now for the shortstop, Matt Maselli. Maselli is 1 for 2 in this one. Grounded out to short, singled up the middle, and then laid down a sac bunt his last time up. First pitch misses upstairs. It's 1-0. That one in there for a strike. 1-1 the count now. The 1-1 outside. 2-1 the count to Matt Maselli. The 2-1, runners on the move. The throw down to second is not in time, as Carson is in there safely. Pilla in there safely at third. A pair of stolen bases for Stony Brook there. And now runners on second and third for Maselli. 3-1 the count to the Stony Brook shortstop. Ciccone looking to work out of this 8th inning and keeping the deficit at 1 for Monmouth. He'll walk Maselli, and the bases are now loaded. First walk handed out by Ciccone is now James Schaefer. The third baseman comes up to the plate with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Schaefer 1 for 4 in this one. Looks at the first pitch for a ball. It's 1-0. Here's a 1-0. And this one ripped into left field and past the outstretched glove of Whitehill. 1 run scores. Here comes another. It's a 2 RBI single for James Schaefer. The rookie comes through here in the bottom of the 8th. Pilla and Carson score on the play. Maselli at second. And now that'll bring up Eric Paulson, the Stony Brook first baseman. Paulson is 2 for 4 in this one with a run scored. First pitch to Paulson, misses upstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 from the left-hander. Misses low and away. 2-0 the count now. And Paulson hits this one up the middle to second. Caulfield is going to take it over to the bag himself. Excuse me, that was actually Noe shaded over in the shift. And that will do it for the inning, but not before a Stony Brook single from James Schaefer brings home 2 more runs. It's 8-5 as we head to the top of the 9th. Last chance coming up for Monmouth. And we welcome you back to Joe Nathan Field, top of the 9th here on the North Shore, and we've got a new pitcher looking to close things out for Stony Brook. It's going to be Vincent Mariella, the senior from Mahopac, New York, making his 17th appearance of the season. Mariella has a 2-0 record, a 7.62 ERA, and has struck out 16 in 26 innings pitched. Mariella, a transfer from Division III Susquehanna. Through last weekend at UNC Wilmington, went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. He will face 7, 8, 9 in the Monmouth order. It's an 8-5 Stony Brook lead that Mariella has been assigned to protect. Kenny Noe, the shortstop, will lead things off. Came in as a defensive replacement in the bottom of the 8th, so this is his first at-bat of the game. Noe did get the start yesterday as a freshman from Freeport, New York, and went 0 for 3 in yesterday's ballgame. First pitch misses up and away for ball 1. Noe hitting .227 on the season, no home runs and 4 RBIs. The 1-0 misses low. 2-0 the count now. That one misses low and away, and Mariella, he started his outing with 3 straight balls. Here's the 3-0 in there for a strike. 3-1 now. Monmouth came into the 9th inning trailing yesterday as well. It was only a 1-run game, and they extended it, scoring a run in the top of the 9th, eventually fell in the 11th. Here's a 3-1. In there for a strike, and it's now 3-2. Kenny Noe not liking the call. Thought it was high. And the count is now full to the leadoff hitter here in the top of the ninth. Strike three, got him looking. And after starting the batter off 3-0, Vincent Mariella comes back with 3 straight strikes to pick up a strikeout here to start the ninth. Shane Dukes, the catcher, now steps in for Monmouth. Dukes 0 for 3 in this one. First pitch in there for a strike from Mariella. It's 0-1. Dukes a strikeout, a fly out to right, and a fly out to center in his 3 at-bats. This one hit on the ground softly to the right side. Paulson fields, shovels over to first, and Mariella is there for out number 2. Monmouth down to its final out here in game 2 of this series. Simi Whitehill came in as a defensive replacement in the bottom half of the 8th. Will hit for the first time in this one. First pitch to Whitehill is in there for a strike. Simi Whitehill, a junior from Middletown, Delaware. Went 1 for 3 yesterday, coming off the bench. Hitting .235 overall on the season with no home runs and 6 RBIs. Pitch misses high from Mariella. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1. That one misses. 2-1 the count. Did not miss by much, as you can hear from the Stony Brook dugout. Mariella's 2-1. Swung on and missed. 2-2. And the Hawks now down to their final strike. Here is the 2-2. Misses outside. Count runs full at 3-2. Three and two outs here in the top of the ninth. Monmouth looking to stay alive. Mariella looking to close it down. The payoff pitch. Strike 3, got him looking. Vincent Mariella shuts the door with a 1-2-3 inning in the ninth. And Stony Brook takes game 2 of this series 8-5. They'll go for the sweep tomorrow.
Vincent Mariella earns his first save of the season.
Stony Brook with the win will move to 24-27 on the year. They are now 10-16 in conference play. Monmouth with the loss falls to 24-29. They are now 10-16 as well in the CAA. Stony Brook will go for the sweep tomorrow as Matt Sink prepares to coach his final game ever here at Joe Nathan Field. Well, I'm Marco Sochi saying so long from Joe Nathan Field, where the final score once again, Stony Brook 8, Monmouth 5. Season finale tomorrow here at 1 o'clock. This has been a presentation of CAA Baseball on Flow College.